We're continuing to build our own personal visual language today, this time by noticing patterns and rhythm, both outside that we can see and inside that we can feel. Hey Trailblazer, it's Kelly. Welcome back to Crooked Path Studios, where we use art as a rehearsal for the uncertainty of chronic illness. Today, we'll be working with controlled, repeatable marks by making stamps from found objects. These are things you can find around your home. Packaging is a great one. Old corks, caps, buttons, anything that you can hold in your hand, dip into some paint, and make a mark with repeatedly, and it'll make the same mark. You may even want to look at an old potato masher. We're not trying to complete a finished artwork here. What we're doing, in fact, is making collage fodder, pieces that we can rip up and use in collage later, because we're going to be starting some collage very soon. The focus is simply on noticing which patterns and rhythms feel natural to us, that make us happy or smile or curious. Starting to think about what those internal rhythms might look like visually as well. And really allowing that personal visual language to begin to emerge. I decided to do bilateral drawing today for our check-in, and we're just going to do one, not the whole series of 3. So we're just going to do one, but I thought this is the best way to check in with our own internal rhythms. What I want you to do today is think about a place that makes you happy, and really think about seeing it in your mind and what color it might be, and then pick that color, and then we're going to get started. So just take a moment, take in the deepest breath you've had all day, close your eyes, think about that place that makes you really happy. What color comes to mind? And then select that color and select one other color so that you have 2 drawing instruments, 1 in each hand, and we'll get started. And take a moment to just look at the shapes that you've made. So I've got a lot of circles, and this sort of back and forth motion that made sort of a sawtooth, which I think is interesting. All right, so I've pulled out pages from the Hardy Boys book, and we're gonna do those, but I want to give them a little bit of color before I do the stamping, so I'm just adding some of this fluid acrylic to them in green gold, which is like the ultimate fish color. And I just lot to paint it on there. No particular way. There we go. All right, so that gives them a little bit of color. Ah, don't do that. Okay. Okay. Now we have talked a little bit about how repetition and patterns are the easiest way that rhythm emerges. And repetition can be a color, a shape, line, or texture just appearing again and again in a piece. Or visually in what we see during the day too. These patterns make our eyes begin to move differently across the piece, and they help guide our eyes around the piece. But pattern and rhythm also affect us somatically. They give us an anchor, something predictable, and that's really important when you consider the uncertainty that comes with chronic illness. All right, well, that's a start. We'll have to let that one dry. I don't know if we all can hear that motorcycle. That's my neighbor. She's probably headed out on a ride with her motorcycle, ladies' motorcycle group. Pretty fun bunch. Okay, might have to switch this over. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's really cool. All right. Awesome. Okay. Ooh. Oh my goodness. That's just yummy. Okay. I haven't used this homemade stamp very much, but it's awesome. Look at how cool that is. Oh my goodness. tell, I had some of that pink paint left on that plexiglass, and I just used a tissue paper to pull it up. Now, you can absolutely use this once it's dried for collage or anything, and you can add on top of it, which is what I will be doing. Alright, now the thing about the egg cartons is they come with a handle in them already. You just stick your fingers in there. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Stand up. Okay, now we might do like that. Stand up. Yeah, all right, that's kind of cool. My paper's lying up on the corner here. I don't want to do that. Okay, goes down. I keep saying stamp, but whatever, we're having fun. Okay. This is just a spool, an empty thread spool. I have a lot of those. Repetition plays an important role here. Visually, repeating a visual element creates rhythm and structure. And for the nervous system, repetition can be very settling and grounding. It reduces decision making and supports a sense of predictability and calm. when you're done stamping, go ahead and lay your papers on the floor. Maybe you've already done that to help them dry, but lay them on the floor and take a look at them and ask yourself, which one of these shapes is really making me happy or curious? Which one am I really drawn to? And is that shape an organic shape, or is it a geometric shape? Or maybe it's a combination of both. And then think about what happened internally for you as you were doing the stamping. As you went on and repeated the different shapes, how did your body reset its own rhythm? And look at your pages and determine, how did these change as I continued to repeat that shape? Were there small variations? And what do you like about that or not? How might that expand your own visual language with those different variations that you had no control over? They just happened. And then determine which of these shapes you really want to return to another day, and maybe start making more of them and incorporating that into future collages or other work that you might be doing. Practices like this don't fix the systems that are exhausting us, but they do give us some place to land when we're feeling overwhelmed by those systems. Let's do our checkout. I want you to think about that happy place again that you thought of during the check-in. And take a moment, take a breath, see that happy place, feel that happy place. What colors come to mind now? And what shapes come to mind now? And let's go ahead and draw those internal rhythms and shapes that we're seeing and feeling with our happy place now that we've finished our stamping. So let's go ahead and do another bilateral drawing based on this new internal rhythm we have after completing our stamps. And I have changed colors to pink and red. Red pencil needs to be sharpened, but we're just going to keep on going. All right. So mine are now all circles. There are no sawtooth in there anymore. I hope this practice has been fun for you today, but I also hope that it has helped you recognize and see some of your own internal rhythms and how you might want to start understanding those. Repetition is one of the best ways to start creating our own visual language, and how it really begins, because our hands and our body start to show us what they want to return to without our head getting in the way. The papers and pages you made today will become part of other projects. But I do invite you to take one of the papers that you made that you really love and hang it up someplace that you can see it. Being able to look at our own creativity and our own rhythm is very grounding and helpful. And so I encourage you to hang it up. Not only that, but if it brings you joy, why shouldn't you be looking at it all the time?